From Tampa Bay's streaming news source, brought to you by AlertTodayFlorida.com, this is ABC Action News.
The past does not have to define the future. Yesterday's conflict does not have to be tomorrow's war. And as history has proven over and over again, adversaries can indeed become friends.
An historic meeting between longtime foes could lay the groundwork for peace. I'm Dee O'Reilly. We'll have more on the historic summit in Singapore coming up in just a moment, plus the tragedy that Florida is pausing to remember today. And in the weather, there is a chance for some pop-up showers as a sea breeze kicks in. Greg D has your full forecast in 2 minutes. But first, though, here are your ABC Action News headlines. President Trump is returning home to the U.S. He wrapped up his historic meeting this morning in Singapore with North Korean leader Kim Jong-un. They signed an agreement to work together towards peace on the Korean Peninsula. The president believes the deal could write a new chapter in relations between the two nations.
I think that he really wants to do a great job for North Korea. I think he wants to denuke. It's very important. Without that, there's nothing to discuss. We're starting from scratch. We're starting right now, and we have to get rid of those nuclear weapons.
More negotiations by Secretary of State Mike Pompeo and his North Korean counterpart are set for next week. The agreement calls for North Korea to work toward complete denuclearization and help return the remains of American soldiers killed during the Korean War. The U.S. pledges specific security guarantees, including ending all war games with South Korean forces. A Polk County murder suspect is now in custody. Last night, detectives arrested 36-year-old James Williams. Deputies say Sunday night he shot and killed Nasir Sutton and seriously injured Benny Joyner after an argument at a home in Winter Haven. Polk County school kids will be allowed to carry backpacks and lunch boxes when classes resume in August. The district banned backpacks the last few days of the year in an abundance of caution after the high school shooting in Santa Fe, Texas. This decision comes as the county trains armed guards to patrol every school. Today marks 2 years since the Pulse nightclub massacre in Orlando. Governor Rick Scott proclaimed today Pulse Remembrance Day for the 49 people who died. Project No Labels hosted an event at Thirsty First in downtown St. Pete last night. We spoke with a Pulse survivor who is still using a wheelchair 2 years after the gunman shot him multiple times.
It's a journey, but I try to stand tall and stay strong and just push forward.
There were thousands affected worldwide, millions of people, and it's important we never forget so that hate can be stamped out.
Money raised last night goes to an organization set up to help those affected by the tragedy at Pulse. A 15-year-old girl is nursing minor injuries after crashing a car into the side of a Tampa restaurant this morning. The crash left a hole in the wall of Trinity Cafe on Nebraska Avenue. Thankfully, the restaurant was closed at the time of the crash and nobody else was hurt. Good news for people working and living in downtown Tampa. All fares for the TICO streetcar system will be eliminated for the next 3 years. The Florida Department of Transportation announcing that it's giving a $2.7 million grant to HART. Streetcar service will also be increased to every 15 minutes. Right, here's Greg now with a look at your forecast.
That's a great resource on a hot day like this when you don't want to walk around, maybe to get lunch downtown Tampa. Hello, everybody. Temperatures in the upper 80s today. Watch that midday period. Could see some thunderstorms popping up around downtown. And then a lot of the activity shifts east toward places like Lakeland, Wauchula, Arcadia, and over toward Highlands County and Sebring. Some of those thunderstorms could put down some very heavy rain. Before you head out the door, track them with the ABC Action News Storm Shield app. It is free right now in your app store. Dia?
All right, thanks, Greg. You can now get news updates all day long on your favorite streaming device. And don't forget to download the free ABC Action News app to receive breaking news alerts.
This ABC Action News Brief was brought to you by AlertFloridaToday.com. Drivers always avoid distractions while driving and focus on the road because safety doesn't happen by accident.